everyone. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dales, brought to you by Quest and Chaos. Welcome to this slightly later than usual, but used to be usual, but now is later than usual time. Thank you all so much for being here and joining us today. Before we begin, there's a few announcements we gotta get through. Let's give our shout outs to our friends. We got Nord Games. They provide all that supplementary material to make your game awesome. They got books, they got decks, they got dice, they've got treacherous traps right there. So check out Nord Games, nordgames.com.
NordGamesLLC.com/3.html.
See, folks, this is what happens when you put me in my not usual space. I start freaking out and not knowing what to say, but we're going to keep going anyway. So nordgamesllc.com/3.html. And if you use the coupon code chaotic20, you're going to get yourself 20% off. You can also head over to birdsofparadise.com. Birds of Paradise, made by our very own Andrea of the Burbs. They got a whole line of bird and Arizona themed dice. They've got the new Sandstorm, Prickly Pear, the Arizona, a word that I was unable to pronounce properly on Dragon of Ice.
Saguaro? Is that it?
Saguaro?
Saguaro?
I think it says Saguaro.
Is it Saguaro, maybe?
That's an
Sahara.
airport, right? In New York?
I think you're talking about Guadalajara.
Close enough.
What is
LaGuardia.
LaGuardia.
LaGuardia. I'm like, yeah, I got you, Tossie. And then I'm like, nope. Yeah, also, folks, if you haven't noticed, I'm standing. There's going to be a shit ton more movement. Let's see. There's that. There's Nord Games. And also, we got D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is the official tool set of Dungeons and Dragons. Check them out. They've got all that fun sources and the info and the monsters. And you can make your own stuff, too. Like I did for Dragon of I'm just going to keep referencing Dragon of Ice Spire Peak because I just keep making stuff for Dragon of Ice Spire Peak and not actually doing the module. Whereas with Frostmaiden, I followed the module to the letter, even clicking on when there are charmed effects, and it displays a little bubble as to what is charmed effects. And you too can find out this luxurious time on D&D Beyond. Take the pen and paper and rules looking up mostly out of the way. It'll smooth line, make it more efficient, and allow you to focus more on the role playing and the combat and being an overall badass. Yeah, D&D Beyond. Cool. All right. Since it is the start of May, at patreon.com/questandchaos, all of those cards that were donated to you by our very own patrons have been wiped away with the coming of the new month. And as Thomas has told me, there's no new cards yet. But if you go to patreon.com/questandchaos, you can donate cards to our players and help them out on their venture. Especially here on Rime of the Frostmaiden, I am slowly amping up the horror / difficulty very slowly, and they will need it.
Yeah, it's only going to get harder now, as opposed to the things that we've already fought.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, go check out patreon.com/questandchaos. That's where you can help us out. You can help us here out on Twitch by donating them bits. 1,000 bits give them 1 inspiration. They can add a D6 onto a roll. 2 inspiration, or 1,000 bits allows them to, I think I said that twice. 500 bits is 1 inspiration. 1,000 bits is 2 inspiration. 2 inspiration allows them to draw 2 cards from the deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas. Each card having a differing effect pulled from different portions of the player's handbook and other places, spells and all that fun stuff. Like basically find the path or ignore opportunity attacks, adding +1 to damages, adding advantage to charisma saves. A lot of fun stuff is in that deck. And you can help our players out by donating on patreon.com. Cool. Patreon.com. Cool.
/Quest of Chaos.
Yeah. Anything else? Let's see. We got Nord Games. We did that. Any fun announcements on the future? I know that Natural One is prepped, hopefully for mid-July.
We're looking to return in person at the beginning of July.
Yeah.
After the July 4th holiday here in the U.S.
Yes. So
I don't think that means July 5th, which is a Monday, but it might. We will find out.
As I wrote down on the calendar in the office, July 5th will likely be the last dip.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Dragon of Icespire Peak.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Kidding.
Doubleheader.
Just an easy 10 sessions.
The end of Dip and the beginning of Natural One the same day.
We just keep playing for 5 hours.
7 hours. All right.
7 hours later. I think that's it. Any announcements on the other side of this camera, friends?
So you guys, what are you guys doing?
This Tuesday on the Torpid Network, we will apparently be doing a May the 4th Be With You Star Wars themed special. So if you want to come see me not know anything about Star Wars lore, I'm not running this one. We established that quickly. But we'll be playing that, and we'll be there every Tuesday.
Nice. There will be a lot of phasers set to stun on that show.
Absolutely. Live long and prosper.
Set to stunning.
Tassi, where can people find you?
They can find me on TassiAlabastro.com. Generally, if they're interested in checking me out here on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/CreenBananas, where I advocate the arts and inclusivity in gaming and talk about pizza and food quite frequently. In fact, boba.
With actual boba.
With actual boba. I mean, I'm just getting in there before the shortage, you know?
Yep.
Zipping it over to JP.
You can find me in Central Virginia, and if you do, you have a fantastic sense of direction. Because like finding anything out here, you'll need a Ouija board and a couple of tracing dogs to get anything. So yeah, but you will find me here Saturdays in the afternoon.
Awesome. Also on the Discord as the Apollyon. So we will enjoy some of that. I'm gonna interrupt the whole flow of things and say we have four inspiration to use for this show. And that's it. James, you wanna take it away?
Yeah, I'll take it away. Next time I head over to Virginia, I'll make sure I have a boogie board, and I'll bring a chameleon. That's what I got. All right, folks, let's head off into the icy place of Icewind Dales and get into today's mini episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden. One. Welcome back. What happened last time? Last time that was like what, 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. Let's see. Donovan and Amoa were left all alone as Elspeth, Azar, and Renner, who we do not have today. Matt is somewhere actually here in the bay, but driving around. Don't know where he's at.
He's somewhere between here and LA.
Yeah. Somewhere. Heading back home. But yes, so Amoa and Donovan were all alone in front of the dark cabin after seeing a bright flash of light. They went within and discovered that Elspeth, Azar, and Renner had been burnt to a crisp. Yeah. After much investigation and much magical goings on, they figured out that the cause of their friends' recent frying was due to a little tiny object called the Summer Star, which Donovan deduced would be able to control the weather for only a brief period, as the maker of it, Macretus, had not only created a incomplete design, but also it was not strong in the magical arcane arts to create something that had a lasting, consistent effect. But he was able to add the third band that made the contraption stable. Meanwhile, Elspeth, Azar, and Renner were off in the border ethereal with said maker of the Summer Star, Macretus, and they assisted in many teeny tiny ways, as well as fucked around with Donovan by lifting objects and kind of throwing them around and writing things in the snow and ash. Overall, it was a good time because Donovan used the Summer Star to bring the sun into the sky of Icewind Dale, the rays of light being welcome, the warmth even more so. And as Donovan and Amoa stood out there in the sun, glistening from the rays behind them, wrapped in light, before dispersing, Elspeth, Azar, and Renner were brought back to life, naked. The
What
friends
time?
re-celebrated their reunion, only for it to be cut short, as the Frostmaiden, sensing that someone had interrupted her eternal night, sent a few agents to deal with the problem. Fortunately for our heroes, they had already encountered one of these cold light walkers, and even though they were accompanied by a few mephits, they were undeterred. Sent them all back to their snowy demise, and also the black cabin, through the ensuing battle, got knocked off its post and fell off the cliff, taking everything that was inside with it. And now,
Nobody liked that place anyway.
it was pretty
It's not really a
rickety.
D&D game until you get good property destruction going on, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
And well, that is where we take off. Our heroes standing in the snow, Elspeth and Azar wrapped in the mini coats that Azar came up with in her first arrival to Icewind Dale. You're feeling a little bit chillier than usual. And Renner just being buck naked, because why the hell not?
Kind of
Power
what I
posing.
picture him doing.
Oh, absolutely. Full Disney Prince pose. Ah,
Speaking of which, do I have any extra clothes?
Is he holding his trident?
The trident was actually burnt up and mangled within the sudden
right.
flash of radiant energy.
but he can't put his armor on now. He's got 10 minutes.
You know, I feel like the breeze just really
There's still going to be a breeze, Renner, but then you'll also be less likely to get dead again.
True. However, that was a very small mistake. Will not happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Good to be frost resistant, huh? Right now.
Yeah. Actually, Renner, I believe leaving your armor out here was the best decision.
Very
Otherwise,
true.
it would be gone.
Good point.
So, wonder how long this is going to stay. It's nice and warm.
It's nice. It's sunny and warm. A little bit of a breeze. I like it. Can you do it again?
I don't think so. I think that was one and done. I don't know if it's permanent. I think the spell is meant to only last a few minutes. So, but if the device was able to harness that power more locally, maybe it'll last longer. I really need a pearl. Yeah.
I guess we should go back to Lonelywood, maybe?
Yeah, I'd pick up some clothes.
I'd
Yeah,
certainly
I
appreciate
guess,
that.
but
Speaking of which, Azar pulls the ring off.
oh, I dropped it.
You were incinerated.
Right.
So yes, it fell off of your finger.
He had no hesitation picking it up and putting it on his finger. Just letting you know. I witnessed it. And then I just kind of pat Donovan on the shoulder. You know,
it's true.
I
also found
will set you free.
I also found this magical item. I'm assuming it's magical because it is still intact. It is the sun god
Yes,
type of
holy symbol of Lathander or some variant thereof. We saw that too. That's why it was in my pocket. Well, probably wasn't in my pocket anymore when you found it, but that's yes.
Well, wasn't this on Macretus? Or no?
Yeah, it was on Macretus, and then Elspeth
Gotcha.
grabbed it.
Picked it up, yeah.
Okay. And I just kind of put it on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look around real quick to see if I can find a replacement for my staff, just to stick long enough that I could whack something with.
Yeah. Let's do a investigation check. Find something nice and steady.
That is a 17.
17. Around the Black Cabin, it is a little sparse, but you do go off into the nearby woods, and you find some pine trees where probably some of the wood higher up might be a bit more thick and sturdy, as the nearest branches to you is about 30 feet compared to the little saplings that are just kind of flimsy when you test them.
Okay. We'll just climb the tree, I guess.
Athletics check, please.
That's a 12.
12. It takes a bit of effort, but you are able to get up onto one of the lowest hanging branches. Some of them are a bit on the thicker side, so you do go up a little bit further before you find a branch that is nice and firm within your grasp without over exceeding in width.
That's fine. I'll just break it off, hop on down.
Poof, punch it through, hop on down. Do you get a slow fall at this point?
Not yet. I'll just have to just slide down the tree.
Okay. Shimmy down. Easy enough. Clean off a few of the branches. It is a bit barky. But it'll do.
This is Ad's grip. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone have an axe? Because you could use that to kind of shape it, probably. Yeah. Like a dagger.
Yeah, Azar borrowed one when we came up here. So should still have it because we haven't returned to town yet.
I wonder, actually, what kind of supplies did we bring? Was it mostly foodstuffs? Maybe there's clothes in there.
Oh, maybe. Go to the sled with the dogs and dig through it.
Jolly and 7 look at you. Jolly, stoic as ever. 7.
He's a good boy.
Little twitching of the ear, and like its foot kind of just comes off the ground and like just keeps like patting air as you scratch behind. But yes, you look within the contents of the sled and you find food supply, some rations, find a couple flasks of wine, giving an interesting strawberry scent, kind of similar to what you smelled in the cabin, intermingled with the burnt, crispy bodies. And yes, some clothes and blankets, thick blankets.
What's that? Anybody want some wine?
Tonight, most definitely.
Here you go. Nice. Chuck you a bottle.
You could leave it on the wagon or on the sled until tonight as well.
Wineskin
Off
falls
open.
on the
Take a
floor,
sip.
chucked by Azar.
Now, I was dead for a little while earlier, so I think I'll have some now.
Yeah, yes, I think I might just, have a swallow and
There you go.
thank you.
So
So
both take a swig. It's nice. Very fragrant in its strawberry with just the hintest amount of tannins in there.
How soon do we want to head back? I mean, there's really no reason to stay here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd certainly prefer to get moving sooner rather than later.
Because I think this nice weather might reach all the way to Lonelywood. We should head south and see how far it goes.
Take advantage of this.
Let's find out. Donovan, do you still have the object that you used to activate it?
Do I?
You do look at it, and it is in your hand. And when you, it's in your hand.
I do. Did you want to?
Maybe I shouldn't touch it again, but we could take it with
just,
us.
Like,
Elspeth is like slightly flinching every time, even though she sees that it's clearly fine. She's like, I was just thinking that perhaps we should keep it with us in case we do come in contact with someone who is a bit more well-versed in arcane magic and the magic of the weave. They might be able to see what Mercurius was trying to do with it and help us reconstruct something more effective.
Yes.
People at the church, Lathander, Amanada, or whatever they wanted to call it, they would probably really like this. It makes the sun come back. They might know something.
Yes, although I think we should be rather cautious, seeing as they're in the midst of their own internal dispute. I would hate to cause more problems regarding that. But yes, some of the clerics do seem to be fairly well versed in this sort of magic, so it's worth a shot at least. As long as no one thinks that we're part of the Arcane Brotherhood, we should be fine. Speaking of which, also, Donovan, let's keep that book sort of, hidden until we decide what we're going to do with it.
Right. Yes.
Because I know Imdra knows that we have it, and she certainly knows what it probably is and won't mind, but other people might not take so kindly to us, wandering around with a evil wizard's spellbook that is clearly not ours.
But is it the spellbook isn't the dangerous item? It's the person wielding it.
Oh, yes, I just don't want us to get mistaken for, someone we're not.
Right, yes. So, shall we head down?
What is the likelihood of someone assuming that we are bad people based on that book?
They'd have to read it first.
Well, I don't really know, but the person who last had it was being burnt to death in a town square when we arrived in that town, so I just would rather...
They did kill people, though.
So did we, technically.
And kobolds.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he hired people. She told us he hired people and then he killed them, betrayed them.
Right. We can discuss this as we keep moving. I personally would prefer to just keep moving as much as possible until we have to stop, because it's going to get very cold very quickly if we don't.
Sounds good to me.
Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Get the dogs.
I'm gonna look through whatever clothing and blankets Czar found, and if there are any shoes in there, I will see if they will fit either me or Czar, and if there are not, then I'm gonna do some crafty, like pioneer rags around the feet style wrappings, so that if we have to walk through snow.
Yeah, unfortunately, no shoes.
Okay.
But you do wrap the rags around your feet so it's not incredibly freezing, especially for you. As Azar, you slowly begin to feel that warmth as you attune to the ring just kind of spread through your hand and throughout your body as you all walk.
Yeah.
I feel that warmth.
So if attunement happens, that means that whatever I am wearing is now attuned to me, and hopefully it's not cursed.
You've been attuning to it?
Yes.
It is. 1 second, where'd it go? You can add it into your inventory. Where is it? Where'd it go? It's somewhere. 1 second.
Loading.
Ah. Yes. You'll like this, Donovan. It is an amulet of health. Which raises your constitution to 19.
Wow.
Good job.
That's
I wish that
20
D&D
HP.
Beyond would stop loading and would load. I got the ball.
So you can put this on so you can have that constitution of 19, jumping a whole 10 points.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember the fail whale? Like when Twitter started? Just
Yes.
Constant fail whales.
It's the diseased beholder, I believe, for D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yes, you have an amulet of health.
Donovan, did you also, am I misremembering, did you also take one of the theoretically cursed items out of my cursed item bag? Or did you leave them all in?
What do you mean by theoretically? Anything actually cursed, I would not have touched.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I remember that you went through my bag to get things that we needed, but I couldn't remember if you had also grabbed the Pearl of Power when you did. So,
No.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
How's that feel to just all of a sudden get, I don't know, 20 health? 16 health? No, it'd be 20 health because you're minus 1.
Max of 43 now.
Nice.
That's a huge bump.
Yeah, from 23.
The squishiest.
I went from a -1 modifier to a +4.
Dang.
Dang.
Man, if I lose that thing though, HP quick drop.
Yeah, don't lose it.
Stop it.
Hope your finger doesn't get chopped off by some freak accident.
Oops.
Which finger is it on?
Jumping on from into the Twitch chat for a second. Thank you, Tactical Bacon, for the 1,000 bits a little while ago.
Yay.
We now have 6 inspiration tokens.
Congratulations.
Woo!
But yes, as you all begin to walk away from where the black cabin used to be, start to make your way down, feeling the warmth of the sun up above. And as you walk, and you see yourself slowly making your way to, which is essentially the end of this hole that was punched into the sky, basically. A very surreal feeling as you walk from day into evening into night very quickly. But even then, that warmth that the sun provided, you can still feel it a little bit in your belly. And as you walk for a couple more hours, You reunite with the stream that eventually becomes the river that flows into Mare Dualden, heading southward.
James, can I retcon one thing?
What is
Just
it?
want to say goodbye to Barry. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we all are back at
literally
the Black
just like
Cabin.
we said goodbye. We don't actually
Yeah.
need to do it.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
You all said goodbye to Barry, who you deemed to be the protector of this little sunspot. And as you walk, whoever would like to roll a d20 may roll a d20.
JP.
Not it.
I'm really hesitant to, but I do have the good D20. So 5.
5.
Ice dragon. Ancient white dragon.
Yeti. I'm going with Yeti.
Also, roll me a d6, please.
6 ancient white dragons.
I'm out.
It's also a 5. We can take 5. That'll be fine. You've got 43 health points now.
Yes.
Wow.
You're the Donovan Snow, the tank.
Yeah.
All right. And as you walk and slowly re-enter wooded territory, you see a bit of movement about 60 feet away. A large mass of movement. Seems to be several things moving through the woods. One of them stands out quite brilliantly from the rest, as these massive horns are aglow with turquoise light. And you can see silhouetted amongst that light a herd of reindeer just walking through the forest.
Azara's new line is "fuck everything that glows." Hard right turn, and just like if they're going that way, we're just going to like turn the dog swing that way. Just like,
You
nope,
turn the dog
glows,
sled
nope.
to the right.
Like, nope,
and
it
away.
glows, nope.
As you turn away, Elspeth, you would notice that the one with the bright horns is notice you all and just kind of staring at your direction as a herd continues to move past what you would assume to be the buck of the herd, just kind of watching over, seeing as you all aren't going directly towards them. You see the glow continue to go off into the woods.
I was like, I just sort of like raise a hand and do the little nod, and then I'm gonna reach over and like scritch Renner's deer fawn behind the ears a little bit. Just like, we'll wait. It's cool.
Scritch it behind the ears and you give a little nod. At this distance, you can't quite tell, but you don't know if there was a nod back. But the
Cool.
herd moves past as you all continue your way down the Lonely Wood. And as you do,
Digging into the little bag of animal carvings, there was no reindeer, right?
there was not.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
I
There
don't
was
remember.
not.
Down somewhere. Not
I
in
wrote
this
it
room.
down. It's
There was a large horned creature, but it was something that we could not identify. So it did not explicitly resemble a reindeer.
cool. At the Lonely Wood.
Yes.
Going.
And
Does
you
it-
walk on. Every now
Does-
and then you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so we went to the stream, to the river. Does it look like the river there's getting more water to it from the warmth, or it just wasn't enough time to melt?
Right now, it's only been maybe a few hours, and the distance you've traveled, it doesn't seem to be any visual amount that you can see.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
Cool. But every now and then you are able to look up, and even in the denseness of the trees, if you look a bit, you can see a bit of a yellow spot that punctures through the dark. And eventually, you make your way through the woods and find yourself in Lonelywood once more. And quite a few of the townsfolk seem to be a bit abuzz. All of them staring in a northward direction in the sky.
Continuing the town.
And you continue into town, and as you pass by, people are like, is that the sun? Is that the...
Yeah, that's sunlight.
What? Wait. Were you from there?
I point to Donovan like he did it.
Yes, I did do it. Well, actually, Macretus, the light of Lathander, the priest of Lathander.
We don't know
he
who that is,
created-
but you
Yes.
brought the sun back.
In a small section of Icewind Dale, just
Eventually,
north
you just like start to see more of a crowd start to swarm around you. It's like, you can bring the sun back. You can bring the sun. He can bring the sun back. Everybody, he can bring the sun back. At which point you've seen people just like clamoring on. He's like, Brett, can you, hey, can you bring it back, man? He's like breathing in your face.
Once we defeat the Frostmaiden, the sun will come back.
Make a deception check, because I don't know if you know that will end it.
Oh, I think that'll end it.
If he believes it, it's not deception.
If you believe it, okay,
Yeah.
sure, persuasion.
Also, well, you know what? Hey, here, persuasion. That was a 4.
4.
Hey, they'll leave us alone now because they're like, oh, so.
Elspeth has just pulled like all the way back from the crowd because she's like wearing some hodgepodge of random clothes kind of thing, and she's just got all the animals over in the corner. Like, let's see how this goes.
And the man breathing in your face is like, he's a fucking sham. And your collective.
Yeah, but if you guys do want to get some sun, I don't know how long it'll last. It could be forever. It could be a day. It could be 10 days. But, and then I'd say how long a travel it is to the north. And so you can go and you can find some sun there for a while.
And you see a few folks look at each other. And then almost collectively, you just see a burst of movement as people start to head to their homes. And you see some person who just went in, grabbed a jacket, and starts running in that direction with like an axe and bow in hand and just continues to run.
Is there a shop in this town?
As one person passes by, it's like, yeah, but I'm closing up. Ooh.
I'll leave you some money.
Doesn't hear you as he continues to run toward the sun.
I'd like to find a shop where we can get some clothes. Or at least, shoes and things.
Let's go find that guy's shop.
Oh no. Is this why you have extra HP?
And here I was worried that people were going to think we were evil wizards. No, we're just going to be normal run-of-the-mill robbers. It'll be fine.
Bunch of thieves,
Feed them
shoplifters.
for the stuff. And we need shoes, Elspeth.
Yes, I'm aware. I was sort of hoping we could deal with that before we started having to tell people about that. But that's all right. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure you can see that from East Haven.
I mean, probably. I just, whatever. It doesn't matter.
You think they might have something to wear over at the place of prayer?
There isn't a temple here in Lonelywood, at least not that I've found.
Oh.
Should see if there is. Honestly, I probably should go speak to some deities in case anyone's listening. But
The mayor in town, the halfling, was quite helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
if
your
we-
feet would be too small.
Although, she might be able to provide us with the keys to that, what was it, haunted tavern that she offered us proprietorship of, if we need a place to stay for a little bit.
Oh, I thought that was Terminal. That was here.
Yeah, Lonelywood.
It's the only one, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea. It's haunted? Wait.
I don't remember. I just assumed.
Yeah, anybody giving away a tavern, it's probably haunted. You're right.
I mean, it's not going to be a problem, really. I mean, clearly we've perfectly well experienced with ghosts at this point.
Oh, maybe we need to get rid of the stigma of haunted.
I would rather like that, but we keep punching every ghost that I run into before I have a chance to talk to them.
So yeah, I think heading to the mayor's house and maybe spending the night at the haunted tavern sounds like a great idea.
Sounds great to me.
So you
After
head over
what
to
I've
the
seen.
speaker's house, whom you all know is Nimsy Huddle. You knock on the door. Door opens. One of her daughters opens the door. Teaspoon opens up. Hey! Hey, Mom, it's the people that killed the mooses! At which point you hear Nimsy come out. It's like, oh, hello, and welcome. Come on in.
You.
Yes.
Oh, you are in Ragstir.
Yes, there was an unfortunate incident on the road, and once everyone's back from their little trip to the sunlight, we'll go to the shop and resolve that.
Yes, we saw that. Was that all because of you, Five?
Partially, mostly. Donovan found some things that someone else had been working on and was able to activate them. And
Like at that point, just kind of like straightens up and like taps you on the like mid thigh because that's like where her arm reaches. Well done, you. Well, I've got some cookies. Got some cookies for you, if you don't mind. Always have cookies.
Love cookies. Cookies are fantastic.
Excellent. Cutlery, get some. She doesn't love children. Get some cookies for our guests. At which point, like
Very
a tray
nice.
of hot, fresh baked cookies come out to you all. They look like little chibi halflings, just like they look like little
I say,
chibi nimsies.
knock the birds away from them. And
yeah, are the rabbits still just like wreaking
Oh,
havoc?
Yeah,
in the
there's just like
house?
rabbits running around, and Nimsy at this point is just like your owl sees you as you grab one of the cookies, and it just kind of like reaches his head over, just like. I do eat some as well. Well, I don't have clothes for you. You're a bit on the tall, sweet side, lass.
It's all right. I can get some in town, or I'll just purchase some fabric and make some. Wouldn't be the first time.
Let's see. Well, you probably don't have to make your own if you just head over to the Happy Scrimshander.
The happy scrimshander. All right. Yes.
Yes, Eriskri runs that one, and she probably won't be one of the few that running to the sun.
Oh, she more nocturnally inclined?
Oh, no, she's just old.
Oh, understood.
do you know if she sells inks and paper?
Do you know what the Scrimshander do?
What?
Do you know what the Scrimshander do?
No.
They take the bones and then they ink them. I don't know about paper. Don't really need paper here, but they got ink.
Okay. Ink. Actually, ink. Ink's perfect. That's all I need.
Excellent. Anything else I can help you all with?
No, I think that's everything. Thank you.
Okay.
Only that we might need to stay overnight while we're dealing with things, and we didn't want to put you out. So if that empty tavern is still empty, we were thinking we could stay there. Just to keep out of the way if you...
It's a bit haunted and it's a bit empty.
I told you it was haunted!
It's nothing the moose punchers can't
haunted
handle.
in the sense the man de Groot, he just, hung himself in the middle of it all.
Oh.
Don't know if
She
his
likes
spirit
ghosts,
is
it's
still
okay.
there or not.
See, look how happy she is when you told her it was haunted. She loves them. It's great.
Oh, you don't mind about that stuff? Okay, then.
No.
Well, if you would like the keys, I can give it to you. It's not like anyone's using it. But if you are going to stay then more than one night, just got to stay. The offer's still open if you want to take the inn.
Can I insight this? Because it seems like she's trying to get rid of it.
Go ahead.
Probably not. It's a 5 on the die. So 8.
8. Okay, not too shabby. You're kind of distracted by her jovial nature. Her general, just like, oh, welcome. Have some more cookies. You've only had 2. Have a third.
That's how they get you.
Is there some sort of curse on the tavern? I've been cursed before this week, so...
Haunted is fine. Curses are not really our set.
Not that I know of. No, he's just, we just saw him hang there. Someone say he may have killed himself. Other people believe that other people came to collect their debts. I don't know.
Nobody looked into this?
Do you know what Lonely Wood is like?
Lonely?
And in the
too.
woods?
Yes. Very good. Very astute, you two. We being probably the farthest northern settlement on Toril, we attract a few different types.
Who want to be lost here?
Yes. The ones who will prefer to be lonely.
Ah, so you've got thieves and smugglers hiding out in town. Got it. You could have just said that.
I didn't know what kind of people you were.
Oh no, the moose punchers are heroes.
You're sticking with that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if we're sticking with it. I'm just saying it.
We're going to come up with a new one in every
Just
town.
throwing it
so
at the
we
wall,
can't
see what
keep
sticks.
The
finding
moose
other-
punchers. Oh, that's a nice, lovely name, especially the fact that you handled the moose problem. Which one of you are the puncher?
Everyone points at
kind
us
of like.
Every single one.
Yes, I was expecting a bit of her. You're a little on the dewy side, kind of pushes Donovan in the stomach. You might need to hold off on the 5th cookie.
Takes another cookie as she's talking.
Yeah, that's the 5th cookie. It's okay.
No. You all live in a cold environment. You're supposed to pad up. It helps.
True.
I think I'm going to go get some clothes. This is getting awkward.
Yes.
And, at least for me. And
if the offer stands for us to take the inn, I think that we will do that.
Good. Runs over, grabs a key. Make sure you put it to use, okay? It is useless real estate if all of you're doing is nothing with it. So, turn it around, make it real nice, really attract the people. The fact that you already have a bunch of animals, love it.
yes, by the way, if you need us to take some of those rabbits,
Please.
Elspeth just scoops up 3 or 4 bunnies. Just
The owl already has one.
Look at him really? Behave yourself.
You just have blood and entrails all over your shoulder.
Like,
You could have just waited until we were outside. Feed a cookie to Renner's deer. Puts it in my pocket for the dogs.
Teaspoon, or like as you all begin to leave, Elspeth, you feel a little tug on your rags as Teaspoon's like, "Please don't take Snowball."
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go. I will attempt to deduce which one is Snowball. I assume there is one that is white.
None of them are white.
I will hold them all down. I will get down to Child's level so that Child can procure.
Grabs a gray one with just a little speckling of white. Thank you.
You're always welcome to come and visit once we've got the place up and running. But
Okay.
you and Snowball, have fun.
Runs off.
Going to get myself out of this house very quickly.
let's get this shopping done and get on to this haunted house business.
So are you heading to the inn or the Happy Scrimshander?
The Happy Scrimshander.
Yes.
Okay. And it's I'm assuming you asked Nimsy where it is, and it's not too hard. You do see a sign out on the front that kind of hangs off of a post where it seems to be working of Scrimshander, where it is a piece of whalebone with some sort of design that depicts a ship going across the sea. And on the top, carved wooden letters, it says "The Happy," and then on the bottom, arcing upwards, Scrimshander.
Excellent. I will go and see if the door is open and if anyone is at work.
Mm-hmm. You open the door and as you open the door, you just hear a and you look to your left and there's a bolt stuck in the window or stuck in the door frame.
Sorry, I don't normally check for traps in an open, place of custom. Hello?
Come on in.
Anybody who's standing behind me will see that my hand has started glowing slightly as I've got a spell charged in it that I'm just sort of like holding, like, what the hell? I will come in. Is the freaking owl is still on my shoulder, right? I just want to confirm this. Great.
The owl just like kind of looks at you like the fuck?
Yeah, no, I look at the owl too, like, the fuck. I have named the owl Iroot, by the way, because I'm gonna have to call it something other than the owl at some point.
Iroot. Lovely name.
Yeah, so I'll just like pop in and be like, "Hello, yes, we're adventurers.
Adventurers, come in."
Yes, we were hoping to pick up some supplies. Particularly, I could use some clothes, as could my friend here, and my friends. I don't know if Renner wants any clothes, but I'm going to get him some regardless. And Mr. Chambers here could use some ink.
Clothes, ink, come on in.
Alondra knows what's happening. Can Elspeth roll to figure anything to figure this out?
Are you actually entering?
Yes. Oh no, I'm coming in.
As you come on in, and you see pretty neat. On the left side seems to be just like a collection of bones, all unmarked, and on the right side seems to be the tools in which one would need to scrimshander. You see nails, you see inks, you do see a little bit of thread here and there, as well as wax. The left side, pretty plain, pretty bone-centric coloring. On the right side, it has been arranged in a rainbow pattern where thread is on the top, on spools, and then inks and wax seem to be on tables that are slightly angled as it goes from red. Got your Roy G. Biv all the way down. And then at the far end, you just see someone seem to be working at a desk, hunched over. And with your perception, you'd be able to see it. There was a crossbow to its left, but on a little stand, silhouetted by the candlelight, You see a parrot.
Yep, I will just approach the person working, just be like, yes, so, you have a lovely shop. It's very nicely laid out.
Thank you, says the parrot.
Yeah, glancing back and forth between the parrot and the worker. Does this worker appear to be a person, a machine? Okay.
As you just kind of stand there waiting, you hear a bit of a sigh. Turns around and you see a slightly overweight human female. Her gray hair coming down into what can be just the barest hint under the candlelight, some brown hair tied back in a simple ponytail. She looks at you with very large glasses, bottle Coke,
Oh, yeah.
and she looks at you. Looks you up and down.
Terribly sorry to interrupt you, but, as you can probably tell, we're in need of some
Clothes.
supplies. Yes, very much so.
Boots, shoes.
Yeah, more specifically.
I like to wedge the bolts out of the door frame. I said, can I keep this?
No.
I'll just hold on to it.
I'll be right back. Hops off her stool. Waddles to the back behind some curtains. The parrot just stands there on its post, looking at you. Looking at, sorry, the owl's name again?
Iroot.
Iroot. Looks at Iroot. Hi!
I'm just doing the, like, calm hand of, like, please don't start a fight in the shop.
Well, kind of pops out. Hello.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi!
Hello.
Hi!
Wow. He's really good.
Took off a bit of one of the cookies that I kept and like offered.
Yes.
Ah! Thank you!
I'll stroke its head.
Thank you!
Can you say anything more than what you're saying right now?
Kind of see the eyes look up, look towards you. Hi!
Oh.
Donovan's going to go over and look at the inks and see if there's anything that will do for transcribing spells.
Remind me if I'm correct. It has to be magical ink, yes?
It doesn't. No, so the rules just say it
Has
costs
to-
50 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the flavor is buying ink in places. So.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the inks and they are finely made. And as I said, they give you a full array of colorful choices you wish to choose.
I will pop off a violet color and just kind of set it down on the table, waiting for the old lady to return.
At which point, she kind of walls up. She has a bit of a package, puts it on the counter, slides it over. You're 5'9".
Something like that. Yes.
Okay. These should fit.
Thank you. How much?
Yeah. You're taking them off my hands.
Oh, are you sure? very generous of you.
They are my daughters. How your ink? How much do you need? Like
50 gold pieces worth.
50 gold.
Yeah. So
And
I
you
have,
look at the vial.
Actually, I pull out the moonstone, the bloodstone.
Bloodstone.
The bloodstone. So this, I believe, should cover it. Kind of
She
set
looks
that
at
down.
it, puts it up to her very large glasses in the candlelight, looks it over. Deal. Pockets it, slides you over the ink. Gets back to working. At which
Do you have
point,
any more clothes? Hi.
looks you over. Sorry, my daughter was only her size.
Okay, thanks.
Actually, Renner's probably about that size, right?
Renner's is our size.
Renner is 4'10".
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Renner is short.
Yeah. Who is still naked.
Sitting outside, buck naked with dogs.
Chainmail, right? He's in chainmail. He's chafing.
Just chainmail, nothing from the hips and below.
It's a chainmail crop top or something.
It looks very good on him, but it's a little disturbing at the same time.
So you pass off the stone, and the parrot's like, "Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming."
Thank you.
Yes.
You're a very pretty
And wave
bird.
it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh.
One more quick scritch. Head for the door. And then it's a leave. I take the bolt and I fling it back across the room into the opposite wall.
Ooh. Okay. You fling it back. Do you look back?
Nope.
Okay.
Elspeth does.
Yeah, Elspeth, you look back, at which point the woman turns back, and you can see just like a hint of a smirk before she turns back to her work.
James, I have in my other possessions, I have written down sparkly pebbles from Kobold. Are those just pebbles? Probably. Okay. Moving on.
James eyeballs.
They're kobolds. They're like, it's sparkling.
Donovan, do you want, once we're inside and I see what's in this package, I can just, do my detect magic ritual and we can go through everything in the bags again, as has become the nightly custom, apparently.
I would love to do that tonight.
Yeah. So you all start to head over to the inn, which, as you approach it, it reminds you a little bit of the Black Cabin, not as destitute or mangled, but getting up there in age. And as you approach, you see a sign there in very, I wouldn't say like hand carving, but not the finest carving at all. It says the Ramshackle.
What's the emblem?
There is no emblem.
Well, I'm guessing if a mower can make it, everyone else will be safe.
All that works. Okay. Do I go forward or?
You go forward?
Yep.
You go up a couple of the steps and you hear it. As you make your way onto the deck that basically surrounds the perimeter of this building. It seems like the building itself is a little bit higher up, about 5 feet off the ground, just so that snow isn't hitting the foundation. And you look inside, and within the windows, it's pretty dusty that you really can't make out much.
Perhaps knock.
Yeah, kind of just like rasp on the window.
Yeah, you give a...
Didn't the lady say this place was empty?
Yeah, so it's and potentially haunted.
Elspeth wants to go ahead and kind of like, wipe her sleeve of whatever she's currently wearing, whatever coat she still has on, against the window, and then I'll cast my dancing lights inside just to kind of illuminate and like check in case there's like, I don't know, a shambling mound sitting in the middle of the floor ready to ambush us or something.
Make a perception check.
It's a chilling mound. A
Look,
lounging mound.
the last time I just did things, we were all dead. So, in a
If
little.
it's temporary, it's okay.
That's a 16 perception.
16. The windows itself are pretty dusted up, and even when you put in the dancing lights, you're getting basically silhouette forms.
Okay.
And you see very geometric structures inside. And as you kind of look at it and you pass over the lights, they seem to be stacked wood. And as you pass your lights through, you realize there is a bit in the back. It seems to be a higher area to this inn compared to where you are standing.
So like a lofted or something.
Yeah.
I think we should just open the door.
No
we do
problem
have
with
the
that.
key.
Amal makes his way to the door and tries to get in. I don't know what type of door handle.
Nimsy did hand y'all the keys, but if you're just gonna go for the doorknob, it jiggles and is locked.
Hand over the key.
Who has it?
I think it's either Donovan or Elspeth.
Either one. Now Moa has it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in my hand. Is it?
You pass it off in the inventory.
Bloop, bloop. I insert the key and make my way in without any like second thought of it.
Whoa. As you enter in, it's vacant. The entire lounge / open area would usually be empty, as there is no furniture here. In its place are stacks on stacks on stacks of wood. Seems like the people of Lonelywood have been using it as a wood storage at the moment. So this entire front area is covered with wood. There are a few passageways so that way people can walk in and about. And as you walk in and about some of these stacks that go a good 5 feet high, you make your way to the central desk. That is about 10 feet off of the back wall, which is also flanked by 2 sets of stairs that go up again into the lofted space that Elspeth pointed out, and 4 doors up above. And behind the desk is also a door leading backwards. As you look up and around, the ceiling is very high, vaulted, and the most, I guess, disturbing feature would be on the central collar beam is a rope with the very end of it burnt off.
Ah, I see they really cleaned up in here.
Hey, yeah. It might be step number 1.
Yeah, I concur.
Hello, is anyone here?
Make a perception check.
These dice have been awful. Ooh.
Oh, they just need public shaming.
15. 15.
You yell out, "Is anyone here?" Don't hear any noise.
Does anyone have any unfinished business that they need help putting to rest?
You hear nothing.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Maybe not haunted.
Yeah. We're here to help in case you do need it.
Just let us know.
Feel a bit of the wind coming through the door.
I assume there's a fireplace down
Is there
here
a fireplace?
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Fireplace. You do see a fireplace off onto the would be to your right, so probably like the southern section of the ramshackle, where there's a bit of a pit and chimney that leads up and out.
Amoa walks over and casts his favorite spell.
Yeah. I'll just
Poison
grab
spray.
some of the wood
kidding.
and start tossing it in there. So I have like fire.
These are large chunks of wood. Like this is lumber.
Yeah. Is anything big enough to get into the fire pit?
Small enough.
They're all big enough.
Small enough.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
they're like
Toss it in there
big.
with the magical fire. It'll burn.
You like find ways to like shimmy it up. Do you shimmy one up the chimney and then like have it burn upwards?
Azar, just punch it into smaller pieces. Don't your fists light on
No,
fire
I said,
now?
no, is any big enough to fit into? Because they would have to be able to get them through the door. So they can only be so big.
Yeah,
Is
I
it-
mean like they're only so wide, but they are very long.
Is it
Yeah.
possible for me to
How to get them inside?
in this
Is there
entire
like a back door here?
So like they can like this portion of it maybe is about 40 feet in length before you reach the desk, and through the door they like
Yeah.
walked it through.
Is it possible for me to just take this whole bundle of large wood and just cast reduce?
Oh, okay. What is the specifics on reduced?
It reduces by
Uh,
half.
Yeah, if it's medium, it becomes a small. If it's a large, it becomes a medium.
And is it a singular object or what is it?
Yeah, creature or object you can see within range.
Okay, I would say one object is one of these beams, and when you reduce it, it goes from maybe being like this thick, which is about, I don't know, 6 by 6 to a 3 by 3 and 30 feet long. Or not 30 feet long, it would have been 40 feet, so like 15
Half in
feet
all
long.
dimensions. So
Yeah.
I
So
take
question
those,
is,
break them up,
Mm-hmm.
smaller bits. Then it doesn't matter if they get big again because they'll still be smaller.
Yeah, you break them down, throw them on the fire. How long does that last?
Hour?
1
up
minute.
to 1 minute.
Yeah.
You break them down and throw them in the fire, and then after they're there burning for a couple seconds, they all whoom, reaches out, and then some of it kind of spills out away from the wooden base or the stone base of the fire and start to lick onto the wooden floor of the ramshackle.
I can extinguish it with prestidigitation.
Okay. You
Yeah.
with only a quick singe, you just eliminate the larger chunks and you rearrange them back onto the fire, and you have a very hot roaring fire right now. You can feel and hear some of the wood nearby kind of like creak and groan as they're getting used to being warm again. Yeah.
Elspeth makes a mental note to prepare, create, and destroy water tomorrow morning, and is then going to go to check out the door behind the desk.
Yeah.
On this
You
level.
open the door and you look inside, and it's a bit dark here. The windows providing only just the barest hint of light because you are still within the nighttime.
Weird.
But when you look at it, it gives you the sense of a small kitchen. You can smell a bit of mildew that is built up in this area.
Okay. Cool. Close that door and head upstairs.
Mhm.
To check out those rooms.
All right.
While that's happening, I'm going to shimmy up and cut down the
The
rope.
creepy rope? Yeah.
Yep.
Creep you up, yeah.
Athletics check, please.
Acrobatics, right?
Athletics,
That is
please.
11 athletics.
11. Amoa and Azaryu watches Donovan. It's just, I'm assuming you found a way to get a rope up there so you could take down the rope because it is on a high vaulted ceiling. So you watch as that kid who always struggles in the rope climb before they got rid of it. just Donovan slowly inching his way up, and he's like, gonna make it, gonna make it, gonna make it. Eventually making it up to that central beam, in which you kind of like vault yourself over and just hug it up top as you catch your breath.
Do I see anything different up here from this vantage point?
Roll me a d20.
D20, 18 on the die.
18. You feel a bit of the dust as you're kind of like getting there and cell enter your nose and okay, nope, I'm good. You don't sneeze. But you don't see anything up there except for a few dust bunnies who are staring at you. It's like, what you doing, man?
Okay.
Why are you leaving our home?
I will cut the rope.
You hear a bit of a plop down below Amo and Azar. At the same time, Elspeth, you kind of look as Donovan's up there and you start to climb up the stairs. And it's labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, left to right.
Cool. I'm just gonna go down the row left to right and kind of pop each door open, just kind of peek in, use my dancing lights if I need to kind of just see and just check that everything looks like what one would expect and there's no fun surprises.
As you go through each room, rooms 1 and 2 each have a single bed frame of about a twin size, and no mattress or pillows or blankets on them. 3 and 4 have 2 beds left and right, very stereotypical of an inn, twin size.
Okay. Nothing literally or figuratively jumps out as something unusual or
Nope. There's no closets, no dressers, nothing. Very bare bones.
Great. I will come back downstairs to near the fire with my package, having survived the white girl horror film check, and I will unwrap the package from the Scrimshander and see what is actually inside.
Mm-hmm. And it's nowhere near as nice as the layers upon layers of your dress that you had. But it is a very simple, functional, cold gear outfit that has been dyed to be purple.
Interesting. Okay.
And you put it on. It's kind of like those if anyone's been skiing here before, the one suits that a lot of people wear. It is comparatively very garish, and it is very 1980s ski person outfit.
Yeah, put it on, just be like, well, you know, function of a fashion. Going to have to make some modifications.
Yep, you are. It's basically a onesie.
Yeah, that's fine. It's warmer than what it was. I will go through all of the blankets from the sled and find a nice, thick, neutral-looking one and start sewing a skirt to go over it.
You start beginning that process. Anything else anyone else would like to do?
So is this the this is the lake where the fish were that offered the pearl, right?
Yes, you found them on the eastern side when you're making your way from Targus up to Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Maybe Renner could take a dip and see if they're nearby.
Certainly. Takes off the chainmail, doffs it off real quick, and then begins just like trudge outwards into the snow, and you watch as they bloop into the mare.
Zara just inherently shivers at the idea of cold water.
Also, looks at her. Did he actually remember to take the river weed with him, or was he just too excited to get into the water? He doesn't have pockets. Okay.
He'll
Probably
be back
just
eventually.
excited.
It's fine.
I collect the rope that was cut down and I hand it over to Elspeth.
Oh, yes, I should probably do something with this.
I don't know if we should just throw it into the fire or not familiar with any of these customs, but judging from the story, I feel maybe this is part of something bigger than us, you know.
Well, implements of death are usually sort of they can have a lot of things attached to them, both metaphorically and literally. So maybe we should take a look at it first. And James, you said the end of it was burned off. The dangling end was burned off. I want to take a little bit closer look at that now that I've got it like in hand and see if I can tell, like, it's a dumb thing to say, but like, can I tell how it was burned off? Was this like a hot slice that also burned it? Was this like someone set the rope on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Just if there's any way of being able to figure out, and if there's not, that's okay.
Yeah. Intelligence check.
Just run int.
Yeah.
I have some of that. I went to school for a very long time, and then I went on an adventure and died.
That's
17.
Real school. That's the real education right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
A 17. You get the sense that whatever burned this rope was hot and came through very fast versus like if it was slowly burning.
Got it. Okay. Have I seen anybody? I would have seen somebody use that. Okay. I think somebody must have cut the body down with a firebolt or something similar.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't think why else you would burn the unless, well, no, but because if they'd set the body on fire, it would have been a slower burn. It would have crept up the rope more. This is like a quick cut, but with fire.
I'm gonna take my rope, go outside and shoot it with a firebolt.
Okay. Roll an attack for me.
Dale.
These midnight experiments out in Lonely Wood.
Hopefully it's not midnight. I need 2 hours to copy a spell.
Roll me an attack real quick.
I should get a different die for
Enhance.
this. Oh, that's 19 on the die, so that is going to be like a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Roll some damage.
D10. 6.
You put up the rope and very quickly it just cuts through, and you look at both ends of the rope and you compare it to the other one. Very similar.
All right. That means a magic user took this down. Even those at the very basics of arcane spells.
We haven't really run into a lot of magic users in Lonelywood. I think there was barely any in Tourmaline either.
Just the one arcane brotherhood guy who died.
Yes.
So are you saying someone rescued this person or they just...
It sounds like they found a body, so I think they were just not leaving a macabre discovery for the next people to come in.
Or attempted to save and it was too late.
Yes.
Maybe the person that was being hung was also a magic user. Save themselves. Maybe.
Hold on, let me get some rope.
Donovan, no, it's not. Donovan, wait, it's not that bad. If anybody's going to experiment with this, it should probably be me at this point. I do seem to come back every time.
No, I am. Well, I mean, or the person that found him, like Amo said, just that's how they got him down.
I mean, it would certainly be a lot quicker than trying to climb up and cut him down, given how tall that ceiling is. Although this also raises some questions about how he got up there in the first place, whether it was by his own hand or someone else's, as the rumor seems to say.
Well, I mean, you only need to be a few inches off of the ground, and maybe
True.
the person just, that's where they shot it off, is at that height. I have a feeling we're going to find out tonight.
I have a sneaking suspicion that I'll be holding a seance tonight of some sort. We should have picked up our little bardic friend. He'd probably have a lovely time.
Yes.
Is Renner back yet, or is he still out?
Katoom! By the way, I was super excited to go into the water that I, forgot.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, good, wonderful. Let us know when you're done. Thanks.
Is there something wrong, Lady Elspeth?
No, it's just the reflection off the snow is the very right. It's the dark vision. It half drow. It happens sometimes. It's fine.
I see. Well,
Better, I take it that water is extremely chilly.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right.
Refreshing, isn't it? Whoom.
Donovan, do you have a spare pair of pants in your bag? I will literally buy them off of you.
I don't. Normally, Player Thomas normally purchases multiple sets of clothes, but this time he didn't. I have a disguise kit, so
Perfect.
Well, as always, since I have an old costume.
that might be worth forcing him to wear.
She digs through her bag and pulls out this really garishly colored silk, something that would on her be skin tight, and just pulls it out. It's like, you can wear this.
Sure.
It's like a
Okay,
silk
honey,
Harley
hold
Quinn outfit.
Silk Harley Quinn outfit. Okay. What are the colors?
Not Harley Quinn. Harlequin.
Harlequin.
The diamond
Yeah.
pattern and everything. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
the
are
diamond
the
patterns.
interchanging colors?
Oh, of course they are green and orange.
Green and orange. Good. Oh. Yeah. It's gonna look like a fucking pumpkin.
I feel less bad about my 80s snow
I mean,
suit
he
now.
already talks to fish, so.
Donovan, roll me a d20.
Oh. 17.
17. What did I write down? Okay. After a few moments, Renner comes back, dripping from the lake water. I made a deal for you, and it was. I'm getting into the Jack voice. I'm forgetting what Renner sounds like. It's been 3
Sounds
weeks.
like me, but more pretentious.
Lady Els.
There it is. Yes.
Lady Els.
Wow, just dropped right in there.
Pretentious. I can do that.
Yes. Good.
It's a little bit of mix of Jack and Elcanter. Understood. Yes. Donovan, I got you your pearl. They really appreciated the riverweed. Said they were going to have a bit of fun with it, and they gave me this black pearl, if you like.
Fantastic. Do I think this will work?
Yes, you do.
I will put it into my equipment.
And you're cursed. Kidding. All the cursed pearls.
This tree is cursed. This pantaloons are cursed. Everything's cursed. The
Cursed
snowflake is cursed.
Dire curse.
Huzzah! Why do you have that garish-looking thing out?
Oh, Elspeth wanted it for you.
Yes, I'm just trying to make sure that everyone has
She's
the
distracted by your nether
clothing
regions.
option. Yes, thank you, Azar.
Oh, I apologize. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable, Lady Elspeth.
It's all
I
right,
will-
and I'm still not a lady. I mean, I am female, but I'm not like a titled lady. I think you're the one with the title here. Just a normal elven girl.
Well, I feel like this would be a conversation for the actual Renner. But yes, Lady Elspeth, I will put this on. Puts it on, and for Azar, would be skin tight. And due to their swimming legs, I'm going to assume that the bootay fills out pretty well, as well as the chest area, probably very built Triton. However, the arms are a bit on the flappy side, as well are the feet, and you see a checkered orange and green with blue skin and the face Renner. Yeah.
Elspeth just kind of looks and goes, "Thank you," and then turns to Donovan and goes, "We should pick up some more ink, both for you to have on hand and also because maybe I can dye some of this situation to a more normal color."
Yes.
Yeah.
Or once we get to a larger town, maybe we just restock
We should
with
shop again, yes. We just
not you look amazing, by the way. That is outstanding.
at least it matches.
Every time you walk around, I hear that.
It's
It
very
does feel very smooth. I feel like if I
comfortable.
was swimming in this, it could be very not aerodynamic. What would it be?
Hydrodynamic.
Slipstream.
hydrodynamic.
Hydrodynamic. Yes.
Right. So now that we're all mostly clothed, shall we go inside and all go try to commune with the dead? Or not?
I was
That's
hoping to
fine.
spend a couple hours with the spell book. If I
Yes,
could.
you should do that.
And for all of you, it's starting to feel much more comfortable in here as the blaze that Amoa and Azar had set is starting to permeate throughout the rest of the ramshackle. Donovan, you find a seat on one of the lower logs on one of the stacks and begin to copy. Which spell do you begin to copy?
Detect magic.
Detect magic. Okay.
Also,
So
I just realized that I have one other spell that I never learned. Oops.
Oh,
Oopsie.
Don't forget your spells, folks. But yeah, you begin to copy that into your book. Does anyone else want to spend the 2 hours doing anything specific, or fast forward to possible seance?
Just breaking more logs for when the fire eventually starts to die down.
Mm-hmm. You break them down pretty easily.
I think Elspeth at some point will like pause in her sewing shenanigans and will go take a lantern or a torch or some sort of semblance, or just her cantrip lights. She'll go into the kitchen and try to like get some sort of warm food started between our rations, and we've got a fire and things like that. So
Yeah. Roll a d20.
Hmm. 11.
11. With the ingredients that you have and some of the rations that you've taken off of the sled from what Copper was going to send to Macretus, you prepare a decent meal. You find some wooden bowls that you have to clean up a bit of dust, a bit of mildew. Some of the stuff you just have to throw away just because it's molded all over. But yeah, you were able to get a kitchen going, and it's an interesting kitchen in the sense that there's like no stove tops or anything, but there's a central pit in the center, which seems to be where you put your fire and your pot and cook within there. And there are other stations, but no like ovens to be seen in that more Western regard, if you will.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's probably just going to be sort of like stewy slop of just something hot and theoretically nourishing.
Mm-hmm. And that you do create. As you start to pass out the bowls, Donovan, at this point, I would say you would have completed your transcriptions.
Awesome. Oh, famished. Oh, food. Excellent.
Yeah, it's,
Thank you, Elspeth.
it's probably not as good as Marta's cooking, but it'll get the job done.
Oh, this is fantastic. It's after those cookies, having something hearty and
Substantial.
salty. Delicious.
Oh, and Azar will run out and grab a couple bottles of wine and bring them back in.
Oh yeah.
You should bring the dogs in too. That's,
Oh, I assumed
Oh, yeah, the
that
dogs are already in.
all
not-
the
there's
animals
no question
are-
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all the animals are over in the corner somewhere.
Deer here. Yeah, the deer is there intermingling. The dogs are kind of just running about, where it's more of like Jolly is chasing Seven because Seven likes to chase, and Jolly's like, okay, bro, fine. Iruk has found their way up into the rafters. The doe, yeah, I mentioned the doe is just kind of walking around. The rabbits also just dispersing.
Yep.
I miss Barry.
Eyes them, you know.
All right. So I actually want to ritual cast detect magic and walk around.
Okay. Lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Elspeth's bag is a plethora of colors. Just like bing, 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 bing,
So
bing, bing, bing,
much.
bing, bing, and you're like, "Bleh." And you start to look around the ramshackle. If anyone else has magic items, they are also pinging. However, the ramshackle itself, as you walk through the kitchen, the rooms, the rope itself, no magic.
No, nothing coming off of any floorboards or wall boards or anything like that. All right. Okay, here's another question. Do I see any thieves' cant written anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
19. You look about and nothing on the interior, but as you go to the exterior and you look at the sign and you look at the ramshackle, you look at it a little bit harder. You notice that some of the grooves are a little bit deeper than the others. And you look at it a little bit harder. And you take a moment to decipher it. And you get the sense that what it says is Arcane Brotherhood welcome.
Oh. So I will go in and kind of quietly tell everyone that. So there's some thieves. So us rogues, we tend to have a sort of a shorthand sign language and written communication that we use to, communicate without everyone knowing. And apparently that sign says Arcane Brotherhood welcome.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, that would explain where the magic to cut the rope came from.
I wonder who found. Well, wait. So if the proprietor came here, put that sign up that says Arcane Brotherhood welcome, hung himself, somebody shot it with a firebolt. I don't know. Maybe they weren't welcome. Or maybe someone wasn't welcoming to the Arcane Brotherhood.
Do you think he knew? Do you think he put the sign up or put the markings on the sign? Or do you think he maybe didn't No. Got himself in some trouble.
I don't know.
Didn't the speaker say that we found him? Like the people of the town found him?
Yeah. That's what it seemed like.
So would that mean that someone here knows magic?
I mean, it is possible. We haven't met everyone in town.
And also, again,
Probably
knowing
wouldn't take long to do that, though. I just like.
Yeah.
No, and you're right, Donovan. It's a fairly early taught spell, from what I understand. I don't have it, but I know some others who do, and it's one of the first ones you learn sometimes, I think.
Yeah. It just popped into my head after we killed that guy with the ice knife thing.
Oh, yes, I've had similar experiences. All right. Do you all want to be here while I try to do whatever it is I'm going to do, or should I go off in a room by myself in case something terrible happens?
Like, I'm not leaving you by yourself. The last ghost you met took over your body.
Yes, and nothing
I mean-
bad happened.
You might as well do it here. There's
That's
plenty of
because I
Fine.
broke
light.
the bag.
But the rooms are quite lovely, actually.
Yes.
Well, relatively. There's not big logs, in them.
True.
You might as well do it here. There's more room and there's some light in this. We're all here.
All right. Elspeth's just gonna like sit on the floor and start doing her little kind of like her detect magic kind of cat's cradle hand movements, but it's gonna be more of like a combination of like that and just reaching out the way she does when she says her prayers.
Mm-hmm.
This is not anything that like I have a specific spell or anything that I'm casting. This is just she's tapping into her experiences of having bopped back and forth between the veil a few times now and seeing if she can kind of reach out either to her gods to see if they can give her any answers, or if there is anything here, hopefully inviting it to speak with her and let her know what's up.
Yeah. Make me a religion check. Do.
See if this goes better than last time. That is a natural 20 for a 22.
22. You reach out, looking towards Kelmvor or Jurgle, hoping one of them will answer. And you don't get an answer from them per se, but you hear just a bit of a voice on the wind that says, Red Wizard of Thay.
What did you say?
Just kind of sit back. Red Wizard of Thay? Does that mean anything to anyone else? I know red, I think, is associated with the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell. I have not been to. I mean, I have heard of Thay. Thay is a place to the east of the Sword Coast, but that is it.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if that was a message from the dead or something else, but that's what I heard. So, on the bright side, it doesn't appear that there's an active ghost here. At least not one who cares to make themselves known. So, That's something.
Should we burn this rope and just get rid of it?
Yes, I think maybe we should. I'll say a rite, and we can just put it in the fire. I'll pull out my incense and do kind of one of my little death rites.
You watch as the rope begins to crackle in the flame, curling up in itself, the little individual strands just licking before disintegrating into orange. And as you absorb this message from the beyond and begin to settle into your current abode, that's where we're going to end today.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining us. So this week and the next 2 weeks will be very similar in this regard, from 1 to 3, very short sessions. Your boy's starting to work again. Whoop, whoop. Which will also mean just a little more, hopefully not erratic, but just different schedule for the next couple of weeks. So until then, don't forget to check out patreon.com/questsandchaos, in which you can help our friends here avoid the Red Wizards of Thway. Wed Wizards of Thway. And all the other dangers in Icewind Dales. Or you can support your other show, Dragon of Icespire Peak, because I don't know how Deck of Inspiration would work in Cthulhu, if it does.
We actually are working on one.
Okay.
We can't include it in so we're working on one.
Yeah, we're working on one. So check that out. Down Darker Trails. Was it Sunspot?
Sunspots is we are going to conclude the Sunspots module, which we are going to give away 2 copies tonight. One is a PDF and one will be a printed copy, black and white, sent from DriveThruRPG.
Yes. So check that out tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get your little Cthulhu in. Get your Eldritch Horror in. Yeah.
Get it all in.
And thank you to Tactical Bacon for the 2 bits. So we have 4 left over. 2 are going to go into the Book of Inspiration. We appreciate that. Every bit gets us closer to our tavern goal as well, which keeps the lights on.
Yes, help us keep the lights on. Also, thank you very much to our friends at Nord Games, Birds of Paradise, as well as D&D Beyond. And thank you all for joining me on this very brief, but I would say hopefully fun afternoon. A little bit of talking, a little bit of gathering where to go next. And hopefully next time we'll be a full crew once more. So yes, thank you, Thomas, Tossie, Alondra, and JP. Thank you all so much for joining us. Again, join us for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Call of Cthulhu. And until next Saturday, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you all then. Bye-bye.
And instead of going, I wanted to say, Durg14, thank you for the raid. Now, we will pass it along by rating someone else, so it will not go to waste, but we thank you guys. And if you want to catch up, all of our stuff is on YouTube and podcast as well, so you can continue to enjoy Durg14 while still discovering our shows, so that everybody benefits. So, but thank you for that. I'm going to find out. No, I don't need to go to D&D Beyond. I need to go to raid channel. I'm going to find someone to raid. Let's all go give them a cool thank you and spam them with emotes from both of our shows.
All right. Catch you later.
Bye.
Back at 6 p.m. tonight for Down Darker Trails.